Hey, what's going on, y'all? What's happening? Welcome back to the Heard You Beloved podcast. This is episode 2 of season 2. Welcome back. Um, I hope y'all enjoyed episode 1, which is one of the most lengthiest episodes I've done so far. Y'all know in the past I've tried to limit how long my episodes are. That episode lasted, I think, 55 minutes, but it was that long because it was like a powerful or meaningful episode in that I really dug deep into my experience being in the homeless shelter for damn near 4 years. And I broke down some of the processes of how I exited that system, right? I talked about where my head was at in different moments and times. I feel like I spoke about how in season 1, per episode, I was a different person. Because imagine being in a homeless shelter, and like I said it, in a homeless shelter system, and like I said it in episode 1, you're at the bottom of the bottom. You're some of the people with the most lowest frequencies you can imagine. People who have substance abuse issues, people who have mental disorders, conditions. Mentally, they're just gone. They're out of it. People who are disabled physically, learning disabilities, the whole nine, wheelchairs, canes, people who can't walk, their body parts are deteriorating, people who are spiritually sick, right? You can see that thing on them, and they're walking, they're just gone. They're not here. They're not here. Like mentally, they're just gone. So throughout season 1, depending on how I felt for the day, y'all can see it in my tone of voice. You can see it in my eyes. You can see it in my posturing. You can see it in my face, the way my skin looked, how I was feeling that day. But as you can feel the energy, you see me, baby, I'm back. I'm happy. I am genuinely happy and at peace because I get to be still. I get the opportunity to be still for the first time in my life since, I would even say since I was locked up at 17. Be still with myself, with my energy, be in my own confined space, for lack of better words, and just go through the motions. And the biggest thing for me right now is healing, repairing the places in my mind, in my brain, in my, spiritually auric field that has chips and marks and scabs and what have you, based off of, I would say, the last 6 years of my life. The homeless situation is not the basis of, oh my God, all this happened. No, it's just one thing that has happened out of many in the past couple years. But that was a good chunk of 3.5 years of being that. That's a good chunk of time. I went through the panorama in that situation. Of being from being alone, because obviously the way I explained it in episode 1, I was alone. I've always been a loner, and depending on my comfortability, I'm either vocal or I'm very quiet, observant, and analytical of all things around me. In that predicament, I kid you not, I associated with nobody, just like I said in episode 1. I didn't associate with nobody. You barely heard me say good morning to anybody there that was situated in there. Yes, I would speak to the staff, obviously. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, thank you. Let me get my mail. I need this. I might need a roll of toilet paper. Because you know me, I didn't need nothing from that system. I didn't use the sheets, the bed sheets, the linens. I didn't use the garbage that they gave you to clean your body with, the soap or none of that. I didn't use none of that. Coconut oil, you can use that all over your body. Mouthwash, toothbrush, deodorant, the whole nine. Your hair. Linens, I've had my own. But like I said, because of that situation, which I'm getting back to the point, I didn't associate with nobody because it's not necessary. And like I said in episode 1, I am not of that. I wasn't and am not going to claim the title of being what those people are. I was in a predicament, yes, because of a circumstance of not having my own place, but I'm not that type of person. If you get what I'm saying, I'm always distinguishing that factor. Being a person who does not have an apartment or a place to live and being a homeless person. I'm not a homeless person. Never been that. I never skipped a meal, lost a meal. I never was unfed. I never was hungry or none of that. I just didn't have an apartment. Right? But yeah, like I'm saying, energy big different. Gorilla energy, I even call it. But I'm happy, man. I survived. I went through that. I made it through. Sane, mentally healthy, physically healthy. Nothing happened to me besides one fight, which I might talk about, which is not necessarily needed on this platform. But outside of that, I never lost anything. I never had anything happen to me in that predicament because I am covered. I'm covered by the Most High, baby. But anywho, let's get to that podcast. Let's get to the episode. So today's before that, matter of fact, I see the background. I'm trying something new today. See, I got the big homie Bob Marley to my right, y'all left. And I got my Credible Messenger shirt from when I did the training program at the new school. When I was working in mentorship, case management at certain organizations. I don't need to give them my platform. But where, because of my past experience in foster care, being in the juvenile justice system and Rikers Island, so adult criminal justice system and juvenile, in addition to foster care, I was a credible messenger mentor, right? Person with lived experience, coaching, teaching, helping, and providing service to other young people or other people within their community that may or may not be going through the same things, and us being a force or push to intervene in a way or to assist in restorative justice, which is you make a mistake or you're in a circumstance. However, right now is your chance to change everything about your life. Where you at mentally, how you think on a situation, what are the deep-rooted issues in that? And how can I, as a person who may or may have not been in the exact shoes you were in when I was your age, help you navigate that process? So that's what this shirt is. So I hope y'all enjoying that. So like I had some people say that in episode 1, the blank white background is not cutting it. But I'm still trial and error, baby. I'm still figuring it out. So like the flow of the episode goes, I'm going to give y'all the definition, right? So Webster Dictionary version and then the Urban Dictionary version. So celebration or celebrate or celebration. Celebration is what we have here is a 2-part interview, but I'm also going to the second part. So it's to honor as a holiday by solemn ceremonies or by refraining from ordinary business. And the second part, or a second alternative, is to observe a notable occasion with festivities. That's the Webster Dictionary version. So the Urban Dictionary version is a party or a gathering of any people for reasons, that are usually happy, where the people interact and generally have a good time. A celebration It can be just examples: a birthday party, a holiday, a job promotion, um, and it could also be for no reason other than just to see friends and vibe, bro. Like enjoy each other's energy and company, right? And like we say, give each other our flowers. Give people their flowers while they're here, type vibes. Um, and the reason I chose this topic is because of the place I'm at in life. I'm celebrating everything because I am joyful in the fact that I've overcome a lot of obstacles in my life. Where now at this age of 32 and a half, because I turned 33 in August, I'm still here. I still got all my mental faculties. I have not personally had any loss to where it changed me as a person. I've overcome, adversity. So many adversities, man. If you know my story, you would understand why the person I am today, you would smile and knowing that I'm still here. I'm still thriving. I'm still learning. I'm still observing. I'm still pushing. God is not done with your boy. God ain't done with me. And I feel like that's the reason why no matter what I go through in life, I'm not always at the worst of the worst. And that's one thing I always thought about when I was in that predicament. 3.5 years. Yeah, I'm in this position, but there's people who really got it bad. Like, got it bad, bad. I remember seeing, like, on TikTok and other platforms, I can't forget it. It was even in New York, like these, that they have those people that go around either feeding the homeless or doing things of that nature. It was this one guy, like he looked like he was less than 25 years old. He was sitting on the train station, the walkways, where there's a lot of people, like on Times Square, like 34th Street, like big train station, like heavy traffic train stations like that. He's sitting there, hunched down like this, with his elbows, like holding his knees, like looking down. Like you can just feel and see the sadness. And the guy who's doing this recording or being recorded, quote unquote, giving back or helping people, he stopped by this guy and offered him food or like money or something. But the crazy thing is, the guy who's in the street looked up. His whole face and demeanor changed, like he woke up, like a light popped up. He denied the food. No, thank you. I have food. I can always get food. And you know what this guy said to this man that was doing the recording? He said, I don't want food. I don't want anything from you. I just want to have a conversation. I'll give you $5 or however much money he offered just to sit with me for a few minutes and talk to me. You know how painful that is? For you to feel like you need to incentivize another human being to engage you and being a person, having a conversation. That struck a chord because, like, it's lonely. It's a very lonely place to be in that predicament. But also to feel so lost in it that everything about you is different. Like you're like this dark cloud or this dark thing that sucks up the energy and any and everything that's around you. Or you feel like that in your mind. I've been there. When I have my moments of, my drinking and stuff. In the past, I've been there. Where my choice, like I spoke about in season 1, was to distance myself from any and everybody. Because energetically, I know how dense my energy and presence is, and that when I'm in that sunken place, the way that Ye put it, nothing, anything around me, it's like this loud hum, like a loud silence. Nothing is going to get through that. It's just silence. And my presence is like, it's real, it's suffocating in a way. It's the best way I could put it. Plus, because I'm in that predicament, it just makes people uncomfortable. And I'm uncomfortable because I'm in it. And then people are either, they're being this light, they're partying, they're enjoying themselves, they're drinking, they're laughing, they're having fun, they're doing all these things. And I'm on the side with the moot face, just like gone. There physically, but not there. If you get what I'm saying. And yeah. So the word of the day is celebration. Because like I said, I've overcame a lot of things. And now I'm at the point where I feel like I'm starting to live life. Because I have the opportunity and the ability and the emotional intelligence to know that I am the driving force of all this. I get to choose what happens to, with, and for me. Of course, Source is the leader of that, but me, I don't have to allow toxicity, evil forces, negative people, shady people, people who operate from conditioned based situations to enter my space and my vicinity. I owe nobody anything, and vice versa. And the people who I am attracting, the things I'm attracting in life, is because those are the things that are meant for me. I'm not forcing anything about anything that has to do with me anymore. And I'm picking and choosing what I respond to. That's the most powerful lesson I've gotten in all this. Is picking and choosing what I respond to. Right? And the lesson that my former coworker, my supervisor actually, Miss Cooper, I can't forget her when I worked in this agency in the Bronx. When it so happened that the reason I lost that job is because I got hit by a car and I had a concussion for days. But because of me being this, like, the gorilla energy that I carry, what I do when I got hit by that car? I got up and I kept walking. And me thinking, I need to go to sleep. I got to get to work tomorrow. I got to do this. I got to do that. Not even thinking about, yo, stop. You just got hit by a car. Go to the hospital. I went on for date. The next day, I'm at work trying to facilitate a workshop to 50 kids. And I'm talking, but I'm not, like, you're not making any sense. Like, I'm talking, I'm rambling and doing all these things. And people are just looking at me. And a coworker walked in. And she, like, had to gesture or pull me out of the room. Which, like, Eric, come here. Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Eric, what's going on with you? I got hit by a car yesterday. But I'm here. I got to go back to work. Let me go back in the room. They're like, no, bro. Go home. Go to the hospital. I was sent home on medical leave. Went to the hospital. Found out I had a concussion. Yeah. But back to Miss Cooper. She saw in me that I lacked emotional intelligence and was a very reactive person to certain things when I'm triggered, right? And she taught me the phrase, be responsive, not reactive. Be conscious of how you respond and don't be emotionally reactive to situations when you feel triggered. And that's where I am now, right? Like I just said, I'm picking and choosing what I respond to. Responsive versus reactive. If a person is coming at me with negativity, toxicity, talking about me, doing this, trying to get a reaction out of me, I can either choose to give them that energy back, or you got it, boss. I apologize. Sorry, and keep it moving. You see how the difference in that? Yeah. So, like I said, the main thing out of all this is me. I'm celebrating life, man. I'm in such a happy place. Even though the reality of it is, there's a lot of people that are close to me who are not necessarily in this energy, in this space, in this frequency because of things that are happening in life right now, and I'm gonna shout that out at the end of the episode because it sits heavy on my heart because I am one is obviously spiritually inclined, and it's like a melancholy situation. Like, I know in the back of my mind, these people who mean things to me are going through some things, and I feel for them. I pray on it and I meditate on it, that the Most High gets closer to them, gets them through this without them becoming sick, without anybody like being affected by it in a way where it changes them. Because grief, loss, and things like that, and look at that, my energy just changed, can do something to people which they never come back from. But like I said, I'm going to get to that at the end. And I want to do this new thing where, oh, that caught me. I want to do this new thing where, a quote of the day. I'm good. A quote of the day type situation. So the quote of the day is, stop looking for people to validate you. And that's from Wallow 267. Stop looking for people to validate you. Validate yourself. I'm adding to that now. And to me, that means stop looking for outside forces to make you feel good about you, right? To affirm you in all that is you. Look for the Most High, because that's all that matters at the end of the day. Yeah, you may have people, you may have friends, you may have coworkers, you may have family members, you may have relatives, you may have friends, you may have acquaintances, coworkers, etc., who might come to you and celebrate you with things or events or acts of kindness by giving you gifts. But to me, that doesn't necessarily matter, in that I'm a loner, so I don't really go to people for validation. I celebrate myself internally in my own ways. But yeah, don't look to people. Don't make that a requirement to validate you, because you're enough. And if you're like me, you're a loner, an omnivert at that. But I lean more so to being an introvert. Like, I really stay to myself. Because people are not always, well, some of them are, everybody ain't genuine. You got some real snakes out there who will pretend to be something, smile in your face, but the minute you turn your back to walk away, they looking at you and they wishing all kind of the opposite on you. And they don't want you to necessarily be happy or to win. So one, be careful with that. But also, you don't need people to validate you. You're you because because you're you. And you are enough and you deserve to even celebrate yourself, man. Go buy you a little drinky drink. Go order you some Uber Eats. Celebrate yourself. You don't need all that. So I did talk about envious people just now, pretty much, which are people that aren't necessarily happy for the thing your wins in life. They're not necessarily actually happy that you're happy. They don't. They feel bothered. They're bothered, real bothered, that you're happy, that you keep winning, that you keep overcoming obstacles, that nothing really is affecting you and changing you. Them people ain't really happy for you. Those are the people that they call backstabbers, right? Like some people, the bad or the negative. I'm gonna do the negative, the positive, the yin and yang of celebration. There's people who are haters. And when I say haters, I mean people, them people who pretend like they don't know what's going on with you. When the whole world, for example, like me, I put a lot of, external things across all social media. I've been a content creator, quote unquote, and a public figure, quote unquote, since I was probably 16, 17. Right? One, I used to use social media for work. I was paid for managing social media platforms for other companies, schools, institutions, nonprofits, and all that. I was paid for that. So in that, I took that upon myself to do it for me and things I had going on, or still do, matter of fact. Right? Hopefully y'all know by now. And if you don't, I'm speaking on it now. From the time I would say 17 to about 23, 24, I used to perform music. I was in a music group at one point. I did singer-songwriting. I used to manage independent artists, and more so do artist development and be like the back end person of an artist. So, setting up meetings, helping them write songs, helping them develop how they perform on stage, being the person that handles meetings for them. So if there's business and things that need to be done on the back of them, they don't need to worry about that. You perform. You go out there. You get your shows and what have you. You be on stage. You record your music. You put your mixtape out, and etc. etc. You do that. I'll handle the rest. That was me, right? And yeah, so I did a number of things. But back to the point, I've always been a public figure, right? I always put stuff out. And prime example with this podcast, I started this in October, but a year and a half, I have been talking about this on a different platform, which again, like I said in episode 1, I'm going to reveal that platform name that I used when I was in a homeless shelter situation. So y'all can see what I did in the trajectory of that, because that's what I spoke about earlier, right? I've been talking about the trajectory of things, and how that platform birthed this, the Heard You Beloved podcast. Because I always spoke about, I want to do something that's more in depth versus me posting 1 to 3 minute videos on a social media platform and speaking to myself, but relaying the message onto other people. And by way of that, I'm back to my roots and doing something when I'm of service to people, like I talked about in episode 1 of this season, giving back, sharing my lived experience, and with the hopes of connecting with other people who resonate with the situation and can learn, grow, think on, be empowered by what I talk about and things of that nature, right? But yeah, so them people who pretend like they don't know all that about you and act clueless when it comes to you asking them, so how do you feel about this? I don't know. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, I didn't know that. What? Right? Isn't it weird when you get those people, like when you have them people who are whoever they are to you or what have you, and they pretend like they don't know what's going on? Some people are so whack, bro. But those are the conditional based people that I'm talking about. On the condition that you can do something for me or I can benefit off of you, for me being an opportunist, I'll engage with your situation. If I personally can't gain off that, I'm going to pretend like you don't even exist. And then there's like the party poopers, and I'm kind of talking about that now. Like, you'll bring something to them, like you're sharing accomplishment, like, yeah, yo, I got this going on, I just did that, I'm so happy. And person will be like, yeah, so, like a shrug their shoulders type situation, right? And it's like, damn, you just shifted my energy. I don't even want to talk to you no more about it because you obviously don't care, right? And now for the good and celebration, baby. You know, the people who like social media, for example, the people that hit up your inbox, your DMs, they commenting you on you. Keep up the good work. I'm happy for you, King. I'm happy for you, Queen. Yeah, let's go. That's what's up, man. People who share your posts, people who comment, people who repost, people who direct other people to you because they see you. They giving you your flowers, like, yeah, cheering you on type thing. That's a beautiful space and a beautiful type of energy to be, you know, given and give back to other people, right? A reciprocal kind of thing. It's beautiful to be in that space. And then there's people who, you know, acts of service or gifts in a way, who you have an accomplishment, they set up a party for you. They set up family and friends to have lunch or brunch or dinner for you because it's something you accomplished. That's the energy a lot of people want, right? People need people. Give people their flowers while they're here. Love up on your people. Give them the love and joy that you want so that you can get it back. For me, I've always been the person, I'm cheering everybody on because that's the kind of thing I want in return, always. If I see something, I'm sharing it on my platform. Yo, check this out, y'all. Get you some fire. Check this out. Tap in with bro. Tap in with sis. Yo, even if you're not in the same state as me, for example, I live in the U.S. here. You in Texas. You in Florida. You in Cali. You in South Carolina. You in Utah. You in Missouri. Yo, check the Missouri. I said Missouri. Yo, check this out, man. My friend, my bro, my sis, the homie, my coworker, my this, my that, former this, blah, blah, blah. They got this going on. Check this out, man. This is dope. I like this. So y'all should see it too. Sharing the wealth, man. Sharing the information, because sharing is caring. And support is free 99. That's the biggest thing. Support is so free. Support don't hurt nobody. Comment. Click the share button. Repost. Simple. But a lot of people don't like you. They're bothered by your spirit and your energy. So what they do, they don't celebrate you. And they pretend like they don't see what's going on. scratch them people, because there's other people on the flip side of that who's doing that for you, and they may not even know you actually, and they showing you love, which is crazy. But that's how things usually happen, right? The people who blow up and get fame and become something, this entity and thing, by way of being consistent, episode 1, is the people who don't know them. It's strangers who get them to that point. It's not the people who are their loved ones, their friends, their co-workers and things. It's not them. It's strangers in random places that help elevate these people. So for me, my biggest lesson in that too is forget them people. I don't do this for them. I do this, one, for self, because I want to by choice, and I have a mission and a goal, which is to hopefully connect with others who will, like I'm saying now, grasp my thing and propel that and move that conversation forward, or forward this to other people, so that other eyes, spirits, and things like that can gain something from what I'm doing here. You know? And the biggest good thing about all this, or the more so the positive thing, is, like I said earlier, right? You don't necessarily need other people and other things to celebrate you. Because you have to be proud of you for getting either growing through something or accomplishing something that you set forth. You put in the work. You channeled your energy. You were specific in what you wanted to manifest. You put in the time and effort to ensure that happened in your life. So you have to be proud of you. Don't expect other people to be proud of you or to celebrate you. Be proud of yourself. Pat yourself on the back and tell yourself, I love you. You did a good job. You know? And like I was saying earlier with that, buy yourself a drink. Order yourself that Uber Eats meal that you like to get your favorite food from. For the people who do it, have yourself a little dance party, man. Put some music on. Get crunk with it. Get crunk in it. But celebrate yourself. And the thing I have here, you see, it says here, laugh and laugh, bro. That is one of the things for me that's been healing. And I've always been this person. I laugh at everything, even at the most inappropriate times. I'm laughing, bro. You see the smile? You see the smile? You see how my face light up? Smile, baby, laugh. And if necessary, cry. You know, you get so emotionally moved that you just start tearing up and crying. Let that out, because it's human. There's nothing wrong with that. And feel the feels, baby. Let that energy sit in. Let it sink in. Feel it. And yeah. So now I want to get to, like, you know, advice. So I'm moving on. And when it comes to celebration, so some advice. Although I know this is challenging for some people, like myself, for example, is try not to let survivor's guilt get in the way of your celebration or your joy, right? Because like I started off saying that, although yes, for me and what I've been through, I'm extremely happy and I feel good about where I am in life right now today. In the back of my mind, I know that there are people who are not in this place that mean something to me, that are close to me, that I care about, that literally right now they're not themselves because of how life is lifing. And I can't, or you, and I'm talking to myself while I'm talking to y'all too, is don't let the reality that others are not in this space that you're in right now. There's nothing wrong with celebrating the fact that you're happy, or celebration that you're celebrating you. Right? There is nothing wrong with that. You deserve where you're at, and that deserves to be applauded, right? Because you earned it. You earned this. I earned this. And I work for this, and I work to be here, and I want to be here. And I manifested this for self, and y'all can do the same. And the last thing on that is prioritize your happiness and your joy, right? Prioritize creating things in life that should be celebrated. Obviously, we all want to be better. We all want to be good people. We all want to experience happiness, joy, peace, love, having our serotonin levels up off the roof. So what you want to do is do things for self and create opportunities so that you can be in a position to be blessed with needing to be celebrated, if that makes sense, right? Do good things. Be good. Be good with yourself. Be good with the people who are in your vicinity, who have your reach. And yeah. And I'm about to close out the episode. This was an interesting one. So I'm still getting the flow of things, of course. But it's interesting that this is another C word, right? The first episode 1 of the season, was consistency. And now today is what's the word? The word is celebration. I'm about to say comparing. I don't know why I said that, but yeah, man, this season 2 is really different from season 1 because obviously I'm in a different place. I'm literally in my crib right now. I'm in my house. I'm in my room. That's an office, my office space. And in season 1, I was in somebody's kitchen, which by the grace of the Most High, my friend allowed me to, utilize his home when he wasn't home at work and sit in his crib, which I think, I don't know, maybe he felt that I needed that because after having been doing the same pattern of being in the streets, in the trains, outside, drinking, just not being self, probably he felt, I'm going to bless you with this time. Come to the house. Chill. You don't need to be outside on the train station being low. I got you. I think that may or may not have been the energy or the reasoning behind allowing me to use his space, but nonetheless, that's what I took it as. And in season 1, like I said, I was a different person every episode. But I am not in that predicament anymore. I'm free. And I'm living life, man. And I hope y'all will get to this place or are in this place. Right? And to close out the episode, like I said, I'm thinking about a few close family, close people who are close to me. Right? My godson's mother's best friend passed away less than a week ago. And my godson's mother is not right because of that. Imagine you being around a friend or a family member who you literally grow up with, You got 20, 25 years in. Y'all saw each other every day, spoke to each other every day, been at all the same events together every day, all the time, every weekend. After school, y'all together. Morning on the way to school or work, y'all together. And that person to pass on, that's a different type of hurt. Just like when people lose their parents, that is a different type of pain. And like I was saying, that choked me up earlier. I pray that my godson's mom, and the people that were close to this woman find peace in knowing that she didn't suffer. She left us. I don't even want to really talk on that, how and why, but through us or through her, people who are closer to her, that y'all will be there for her through her son, if that makes sense, right? She's leaving behind a son who is 13, 12 or 13, 10, 11, 12 or 13, because I think he's my godson's age. And because of who that young man's mom was and what she meant to all these people, the love they have, I don't like to use past, I don't like to switch up tense when it comes to past, people who pass, but the love they have for her, they'll give to that little boy. And he's going to grow up to be as amazing as his mother and do great things in the world. And I really hope and pray that nothing happens to anybody that was close to her. Because I know this kind of loss what it can do. It's hitting hard. That's the best way I could put it. That I'm thinking about even now as I'm talking in like this whole episode. Every day I'm thinking about her, and I got my candle lit and everything, and I'm doing my work to send energy and light to my godson's mom and the people who are close to her. But yeah, man, celebration. Give people their flowers when they're here. Show love, give love, support people. If you feel good about something that they're doing, or if you appreciate them, tell them that, show them that. And on that note, I'm out of here, baby. Until next time, peace.